There's a reason why I like doing spot on recall. There's a reason why I really like doing it that way. Um, because a lot of hard work and a lot of real training goes into it, and I call it spot on recall for a reason, because when I'm speaking to my fur babies, I want them to respond and be spot on with it. Um, and that's why I do what I do. But it's not like, oh yeah, talk positivity and this, that, and the other, and do a triangle. There's a lot more that goes into it before we even get into the stage of people go all stage this, stage that, but it is a stage, because at the same time, if you don't go through those stages and work and earn it, then you just wouldn't have them off lead. You just wouldn't, if they haven't got what I call spot on recall, you just don't have them off lead. You know, it's like I've said to people many times before, it looks impressive when you're sitting there going, oh, I've got food. Look, they're doing it. Food, food, food. But really, if you take your food away, yeah, it's like saying your dogs will never do anything unless you're constantly giving them food. Otherwise, they won't do it properly for you, you know. Um, but yeah, no, it's just the wrong thing. You imagine they get a whiff of food walking past the food shop, or somebody else has got food, and it's like, oh, food, food, food. It's really not. It's not a good thing in the long term or long run. It's not a proper, your dog's trained. That's just treat training. It's not real training. But like I said before, treat training, when it was brought out, it was just to help people in the rehabilitation of helping them find homes, and get the basic rehabilitation stuff out of the way. But it wasn't all treat train this, treat train that. There was real training that went into it, with a little bit of treat training. But if you ever see people do treat training, real treat training, it's not done constantly wherever you go, indoors, outdoors, food, food, food. It's just not done like that. And like I say many times before, you as a person, as a human being, you wouldn't eat food before going to the gym, and then you eat food while you're at the gym doing a workout with weights on a treadmill and all that, and eat food, eat food, eat food, and then you come home from the gym and you eat food, eat food. You just wouldn't do it. It would damage your tummy, give you the shits, make you really ill, vomit, whatever. Yeah, it's not long term good for you, healthy for you, Same as when you do it with your dogs. If you do the food treat training wrong, it's just food treat training. That's it. Yeah. It's just part of, as you call, part of a stage of it. Yeah. There, that's not real training. And this is where some people go wrong, because you'll get people go, oh yeah, but I had a treat trainer, my dog's trained, they told me my dog's trained. And they're like, but I can't. And they'll be like, I need help because my dog won't do this, that, and the other. And you'll hear the same things again, like people are embarrassed because they have to carry food all the time wherever they go. Or I've even heard stories about people rubbing their food on their pocket and walking around with their pocket with food in it, even if they're not giving it to them. But it's just wrong, because it's bribery. The certain things that people are doing, you just don't use bribery. It's like, reminds me of people that have got to do a school exam, and instead of really doing the exam and really earning it and working, revising and working and earning for it and really revising, really what they've done is they've gone and found the test papers with all the answers on it, nicked it, bribed someone to help get it, and now they've just quickly tried to memorise all the answers, and then they're just bribing their way through it, with a group of them, whoever was involved in nicking the test paperwork. And really, they haven't earned it. They haven't put the real work into it. So then what happens is it highlights when something goes wrong, when you can't back up what you're doing, and then something goes horribly wrong, yeah? And then, like I say, then it shines through that, you know, you've just nicked them school test papers and cheated, and you ain't really earned it or worked for it, and it's showing through because throughout your life you might have this bit of paper saying, oh yeah, but it says I passed, and really you cheated your way through it and bribed your way through it and cheated. And then when you really need that and you're really using it in real life, in a job or work or whatever you're doing, and then it's like, but it says you're qualified, that you passed and got it all right and it's higher grade, yet, you know, you can't do it in your job, or you can't do it in this situation in time in your life where it's needed, and it says, but you're qualified for it from school and you ain't. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's if you're one of those ones that you did all the bribery and the cheating and all of that and you didn't get caught, but now you're getting caught later on in life, and it will show through. That's why they say you should always earn it and really work for it, because it's not just rewarding, but you've earned it and you can really show it, do it, you know, and all of that. But yeah, anyways, no, I'm just really, really pleased. I'm really pleased. And it's like, yeah, I'm really over the moon with my youngest one, really am. So from now on, when we go and do things, I'm really going to be like enjoying certain stuff now. But like I say, I'm working towards something completely different, and I'm savouring it. I made a video about that, but I'm not telling you what it is. But no, I'm really looking forward to it. But real training, it takes time, you know. Real training, you do what you do, and it takes as long as it takes. And then when you get better at it, and then you get really good at it, and then it just becomes second nature, then eventually where you've earned it and really done it and achieved it and worked together, and, you know, and you're clever together and all that, it just shows that, you know, it's done, and you just get faster and faster at it naturally. It's like a second nature. When you've earned it, it's like riding a push bike. Once you learn how to ride that bike, even if you don't ride your bike all the time or not for a long time, when you get back on the saddle of that bike to ride it, yeah, you never forget how to pedal it or the balance or how to ride that push bike, you know. So it's like when you learn how to swim, you never forget how to swim, yeah. It's really, really good. But like I say, there's different training, and I'll say many times before, rehabilitating training to help retrain, rehabilitate and rehome. That's a total different kettle of fish of real training, you know. But what I'm doing in real training, I like putting my own stamp on it because they're personal and they're my own. But I like mine to be trained that way when they're my own personal ones, you know. But that's why when we've done like the rescuing, retraining, rehabilitation and then rehoming, you only do like so much of the basics and stuff, because and the fixing parts that need fixing, depending on what that is, you only do that because when the new owners get them, they might want to put their own stamp on their own dogs, you know, and have their own dogs a certain way. So that's no different, you know. It's like some people don't want them off lead, or some people don't know how to have them off lead, or some people don't have that trust. So it's like people say, oh yeah, don't have trust, they're just animals, la la la. No. The reason why you talk like that is because you're using treat training, and you're doing treat training incorrectly, and then you're not putting in the real training where it needs to be put in to ace that, achieve that, do that, you know, and that training parts or whatever it may be. But the real training, yeah. And so that's why you'll get people say, "Oh no, I like mine on lead. Oh no, I want mine off lead. Oh, you know, blah blah blah." And you'll have all that. But then when you get some that don't have that trust, or they don't have that real bond with their animals. Now when you get real bonds, it's because you've worked together as a team and you're clever together because you've earned it and worked together, yeah. So then it's not just training, it's also where you're earning it together. So then you get that bond together, and then you have that trust together, yeah. And then you know what each other means when you're doing that together, yeah. So you do have all of that. But when you get people that say, "No, you don't do it," no, just put your hands up. It's because you don't know how to talk to your animals or how to do it, and you know, but that's between you. But then sometimes you'll have the old saying about your animals are just like the owners, you know, or the owners are just like the animals, you see. So that's like saying, well, if you don't train them properly, or you don't know what to do or whatever, um your animals are a reflection of what you're training them or teaching them to do. So then you'll get some animals like, well, my owner don't care about what I do, or my owner don't care as long as I just do that, but I can get away with all of that and do what I like. Then yeah. But it's like some people be like, "Oh yeah, but he's pulling on the lead and la la la." I actually like the ones that pull on leads. Yeah, there's a reason for why I like those as well. And like I said before in my other video, I like all different ones. Yeah, for certain reasons and certain purposes, and like I like a bit of everything. Plus, like I said before, it'd be boring if we're all the same. But no, I mean, I've got ones that don't pull on the lead because I've trained them like that. I've got ones that do pull on the lead because I like them to do that. But there's a reason behind all that. But I don't have to disclose that because they're my own personal ones to why I want them like that, you know. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and chat crap to anybody. No, I bloody well ain't. I want mine to be like that. So it's like other people out there, you'll have ones that, getting back to the thing, they do like theirs off lead. And I think it's great when they're off lead. But I'll always say to people, don't have them off lead if you haven't got spot on recall. Don't have them off lead if you don't know how to do the real training. Yeah, then don't have them off lead. Or if you're going to go and get help and then learn how to do the spot on recall properly, yeah, then go do that. Go and get help and learn how to do the spot on recall properly, you know. So yeah, no, it's great. But I'll always say that to people, like, why have you got them off lead if you ain't got spot on recall? And I'll always say that because personally myself, I wouldn't be letting mine off lead, yeah. If I didn't have spot on recall, I'm not letting mine off lead, yeah. And it's the same if I've got fur babies with certain medical conditions or whatever that ain't fully functioning. That I'm not gonna have my babies off lead, yeah, unless I do it a totally different kettle of fish in a different kind of way, which is the right way of doing it. If I've got fully abled ones that can do that, then I'm going to help the one that will never be able to do it, but I'm going to like pair them up, yeah. So then it's like they can still do it, but they just can't do it on their own, but they can share it with my other ones. So then I do this other kind of methods and things, but that's to help them feel a part of it together. I don't want them to feel left out. I don't want them to feel like I'm favouritising one over the other ones, because I'm not. I always want to have at all times, in my pack, in my animals of all what I've got, not just dogs, other animals I've got too, but I want it all to be equal, all on the same page together. Yeah, we're working together as a team, as a unit together, a family together. We're working together, yeah. I will never go, oh yeah, I'm putting you all the way up here and you all the way down here and I'm putting you there. Because when you start putting them in like numbers or orders or in different places, and then it's like to animals, it's like you're favouritising the other ones over the other ones. You know, I don't do none of that. I treat them all the same. And I do it like that because it causes no rifts, no fights, yeah? And it's also the balance, you know. But, yeah, no, I absolutely, that's what I'm into, what I believe. Because sometimes you'll have people do it with human children. They'll like have a group of kids that they've had their own group of children themselves, and they're bigging this child up and going, oh yeah, this one's that, this, that, and the other. All so important. Oh yeah, well you might be siblings, but oh look at you, you're not going anywhere. But oh yeah, look at your other sibling, so wonderful, and la la. You know, you see what I'm saying? So that's where you get your kids that are now fighting each other. And now your kids ain't just fighting each other because you're putting your kids up against each other to hate each other, to hurt each other, to have fights with each other. You're also causing your children to go out into school or society to now they're fighting everybody else's kids or other people of the world. They're now fighting them, you know, because you've given not a balance in their stability in their own lives. You as their own parents have made them that way. So it's not nice. It's like if you've got a group of human children, don't matter which one was born first, last, middle, whatever, you know, it don't matter at all. It's because that one's a boy and because that one's a girl. When you have a group of children of your very own, all sexes, all ages, you should be treating them the same together. Yeah? And it's like I don't understand when people go, oh yeah, well you've been the naughty human child, so I'm not going to tell you off, but I'm going to tell the other ones off for not doing anything wrong. Why are you telling the ones off that ain't done anything wrong? And you're not telling the one off that did wrong. Then you'll get those other parents where they'll be like, yeah, well you did wrong, so I'm going to punish you, but now I'm going to punish all of you, even though you're the one that did wrong, yeah? So it's kind of like, yeah, it's not, it's like, it's not normal in how that works either. But like I say, you'll get people that don't do it right with their own human children, but then they do the same what they're doing to their human children. They then go and get animals, and they do the same thing to the animals. And the only difference is animals will show you exactly the mirror of what you've created in your animals, yeah? So they will definitely show that mirror. Well, you taught me this. You've told me to do it. Well, I'm doing everything you've asked of me. Well, I've just got myself a bad name as an animal, but I'm your animal. You've told me to do it. You've trained me to do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that's what happens. That's why I'll always say to people, yeah, please don't get animals. If you know, I'm not calling you bad parents or anything like that. I'm just saying that yeah, there's no harm in putting your hands up if you need help with your kids or even your animals. You know, there's lots of help out there. It's like if you really want animals, there's loads of help out there. There's no excuses. Like no excuses for children as you as a parent. If you're struggling or you need help, then there's lots of teachers. Just put your hand up and say, oh, can I have some help, please? after school, or can you fit me in one night after school and we have a chat, because I need a bit of help with my child. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. And it's such a shame that more parents don't start doing that if you get stuck, because then it's your own children that benefit in it in their future by you doing that and putting your hands up as a parent saying, well, I need help, please can you help me? And the best benefits of that is that your children don't miss out on their learning, their educational needs. They don't feel frustrated or stuck or not moving forward, or that, well, no one's helping me. My own parents can't help me do it. My own parents won't ask somebody like the teachers or someone else to help another adult to help us. And then imagine that them children or that child, they're now feeling even more frustrated and stuck and angry and upset or confused, or I can't do this because no one's teaching me or training me how to do it, or helping me. And they go on through life like that, and then they struggle, So it's not really nice. But, yeah, but then you'll get natural children that are born with certain disabilities. And that's really not their fault at all. But just because they might be slower learners and need that little bit extra help, believe it or not, in the long term, it's been proven many times before, you just work on their stronger points and their weaker points. You can practice on their weaker points, but normally with children with certain special needs, you work on what they thrive on, what they're really good at, and then you think about either in the future as a job, or you think about what qualities would be good in life skills, in what they're doing for paid work or whatever else. So there is that. But you just work on their stronger points, and then you work on the weaker points later, and you don't overload them. Because some parents, they'll be like, oh, we're going on holiday. Oh, you've got an after dance class. Oh, you've got an after football club. Oh, you've got this every night after school. But what some parents don't understand is you're overloading too much on your children. And it's like, you imagine being a child, you got to get up really early in the morning, then you got to get dressed, you got to go to school, you got to do a hard day's learning at school. Then when you come home from school, you've got homework from school that's got to be done. Oh, but if it doesn't get done straight away or do it the next day, then my homework's either overloading. That's why you should always get that homework done while it's fresh in their mind every night after school. And on the days they don't have homework, that's when you go, oh, we're going to go for a swimming lesson, or you can go for your dance or football lesson. Oh, holiday, we will work around that when it's not in the way of your homework. Or if it's in school times, you make sure you ask for their homework to take on holiday with them, so they can do it whilst they still don't miss out on that. So you work around it. But yeah, I mean, we're going on to human children now, but it's sort of similar and different, but similar, yeah, or same. But yeah, like I say, some people overload their children too much, and then you imagine you've had all that happen. You've had a hard day at school, then you've got to go home and do your homework, then you've got to have dinner, and then fit in playtime, if you've got playtime, to have some time to yourself, unwind down before bedtime. Because sometimes what a lot of people do, they give them too many after school clubs, or not after school clubs, they're other clubs after school. And then it's like by the time they get home from that, it's whatever time, and they can't unwind down before bedtime. So then it's like, oh, I can't sleep. I'm so wide awake from doing all these activities at school, doing all these activities after school, and my homework, oh, my dinner, oh, I've been at the play, or I've been at this activity, and that's bedtime, and now I've got to switch off. Oh my God, I've got a certain amount of hours sleep, and I've got to wake up again for school again. It's just too much. there's like no space where they can unwind and relax, yeah? That's a bit that some parents get wrong, and then it's called overloading your children with too much to do, yeah? And then you'll get some parents like, I want you to do housework on top of your schoolwork and your homework and your educational working class, and I want you to go and do all these activities, and I want you to do all these holidays. You see what I mean? It's just too much. And sometimes, getting back to animals and stuff and training, some people do the same thing with animals where they're like, you must sit, you must stay, you must this, you must that. And they're overloading them with too much work to do. Same thing. You just don't do it. It's like you as an adult human being, you don't constantly want to be working. You know. And it's all right having a bit of playtime and a bit of like activity, but like too much activity, school, work, learn. It's too much. You got to remember, your children have got their whole lives ahead of them to look forward to doing all these activities and having so much wonder and dreams of doing it, and having so much to look forward to when they leave school or when they have a paid job of their own. Yeah? Then at least they'll have something to look forward to when they're adults. But some parents, they try and ram it all in when they're just children. And then when they get to adulthood, it's like, oh, God. You know, you get some, that happens as well. Anyways, and that's what they call the switch off mode when that happens. And it's the same with animals. When you overwork them, they'll just want to switch off. It's like, oh no, I've got to train again, and switch off. Oh no, it's like listening to the music. Oh no, it's like watching the TV. And really, when they watch the telly or listen to the music, it's to help them chill out, relax and unwind and go to sleep. That's what you should be doing. It shouldn't be going, oh, I'm doing this again. Oh, when do I get some peace? So then it's like they're trying to find peace in another way, but you've took all that away from them because of the way you're doing it in such an overloaded state of mind, yeah? You're overloading. So it's like there's no time for that relax. And then a little bit of this and a little bit of that, yeah? But you're going, cram it all in, cram it all in, cram it all in, cram it all in. And that then becomes exhaustion. That then becomes not just frustration, but exhaustion. It then becomes overwhelming, you know. So there's lots of things that happen. But I'm trying to use humans as well as animals, because I'm trying to break it down and explain in ways that other humans will understand. What they do to their animals is not really much different sometimes to what they're doing to their own children, you know, or even other human beings. Anyways, right, I'm going now. I hope this finds you, it helps you. But, yeah, like I say, the spot on recall, getting back to that, spot on recall. I will always say to people, don't have them off lead. If you haven't got spot on recall and you don't know how to do spot on recall, then please don't have them off lead. Just be proud to be walking them on a lead, you know. And I'll always say, don't worry about people when they go, oh, it pulls on the lead, or, oh, this one don't pull on the lead, oh, yours pulls on the lead. So what? I think they're both fantastic. And if you only knew in stuff that I and others are into, then you'd understand why I'm saying I like ones that pull on the lead and I like ones that don't pull on the lead. There's a reason to that, yeah? But you'll always get them ones like, oh no, it's pulling on the lead. We want none of them pulling on the lead. No, that's your perception. That's because you want everyone to look like that. Yeah? You want everybody to copy you. You want everybody to be just like you. And then it's like saying, well, you want everyone to be robots of you. No. Like I said before, everybody's different. And I will say time and time again, so what if your dogs pull on a lead? So what if your dogs don't pull on a lead? And I think they're both fantastic. And I'm biting my tongue because I'm not gonna say anything right now. Remember about that video, and when I'm saying I'm savouring something. Yeah. Anyways, right, I'm going now. I think I've said enough. Right, I'm going. Have a lovely day.